So I had my violin with me on the road, I had my bass guitar with me on the road, I had my laptop, I had my recording gear. I totally played it by ear. That was the best thing about it. I had no schedule except that I wanted to get black, white, old, young, rich, poor, male, female, and, you know, multiple ethnicities if I could find them in every state in the union. First started out, I was on Beekman's World, and the costume designer had a friend who lived in Georgia. I didn't know anybody in the South, so she told me to find this woman in a hospital in Georgia. And she said, go to Oxford, Mississippi, if you possibly can. Everybody in the United States should visit Oxford once. Now, that is the home of William Faulkner, you know. So I went to Oxford, and I went to Oxford University, and I saw this guy selling t-shirts. I interviewed him.
So how did it work? I'm selling t-shirts. What did you tell me? What did you ask me?
I asked you how much your Jesus is my co-pilot t-shirts are. And then I say, you know, I haven't taken Jesus as my personal savior. Are we still cool? And then, of course, I mean, that's one of the easiest ways to get in with any religious Christian in America is get them trying to save your soul. I mean, and my soul was available for saving. It's not like I was closed-minded by any stretch. I got kissed on the first interview. I was sort of scared when I first started. I found myself in the parking lot of Bjork's, which is a Swedish Texan Home Depot, installing black curtains in my ambulance and deadbolts and, you know, sort of deathly afraid of the South at first. And this guy knocked on my ambulance. I had moved across the street to get some gas, and he said, why are you cooking stir fry at a mobile station, in an ambulance, in a walk? So that was my first interview. That was Eduardo Salazar, and he takes me to a bar called Texas and teaches me to two-step. I mean, it was like the quintessential Texan experience. And then he told me his life story from being like, you know, a migrant worker and joining the Marines, where he was sent on covert missions in Beirut and Grenada that were covered up by the Reagan administration. So after he gave me his life story and gave me all this deep information, it was a very moving experience. And as I was backing out of his driveway, he sort of leaned into my ambulance and pulled my head over and gave me a big fat smacker. And then I decided I probably should steer clear of bars after that. So I started to hit up beauty parlors and libraries and churches. Tempo. Can I demonstrate tempo? Is this a test? Nobody told me there was going to be a test. Usually you have a metronome, but a tempo, like up tempo, would be like Orange Blossom Special. Lilt. Okay, so lilt in terms of dialect. It's like when you have someone from Northern Ireland and they're saying top of the morning to you, it's that up and down sound. And when I'm trying to get somebody to do an accent, sometimes I'll tell them not to do anything at all with their words. They'll just la 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 la. That's lilt. It's the sort of music of the dialect. In terms of dialect, when you're talking about music, lilt can get a little more subtle.
Pitch.
Pitch is like the note itself. It's actually, technically, it's the frequency with which the note vibrates, with which the sound vibrates.
So demonstrate when something's pitchy.
Something's pitchy? Oh, well, that would be like when you audition for Annie and every little redhead in the room who looks exactly like Annie sings, "Maybe far away," and you're singing, "Maybe far away." And it's perfect! It's perfect! But the little Sarah Bethany Reynolds gets it anyway. And the audience doesn't care. That's pitchy. Am I bitter? I don't know. I'm fine. I'll be fine. I'll find her someday. I'll track her down. I was Tessie, you know, Tessie saying, you know, you're never fully dressed without a smile. I got to learn to tap dance. I'm fine with my lot. I'm satisfied. Timbre is the quality of sound. Like this particular violin has a very tinny timbre in the upper strings. A little bit. You get a little bit of that kind of nasally timbre, right? Or with your voice, it would be like a nasally timbre. If you were singing, would be like, what's a good song? Name a tune. Name a tune.
Old MacDonald.
Oh God. Okay. Old MacDonald. So Old MacDonald had a farm with a nasally timbre would be, "Old MacDonald McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, right? And then with like a warm resonant timbre would be in the same pitch, would be, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. You see, it's the same pitch, but it's a different timbre, right? Very satisfying. There's not a lot of satisfaction for me in almost anything, you know, just because, you know, even when I'm playing a fiddle tune that's been around for 500 years, I feel like I messed it up if I didn't get the trill right, you know. I'm never satisfied.
Oh, you're a perfectionist.
Yes. Yes, which is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So I get, but then I get something completely different out of playing the fiddle. Playing the fiddle is just freeing, you know, it's like flying. It's like I close my eyes, I go into a trance state, and I'm so much better at it when I'm not thinking. The one-woman show is satisfying in that it's my work and it's sort of my gift, my love that I can give people that I know came from me, and when people compliment me on it, I feel great because I feel like it's something I channeled, at least, that came from me. Whereas with South Park, you know, it's like, when that's the thing that people are impressed with, it has nothing to do with me, really, you know. But I love the fact that I got to be a part of something that had a lot of other brilliant people who are much smarter than I am, that I was just a little cog in that wheel. But it wasn't as satisfying as, you know, being the director. I kind of like being in charge of things. I'm not very good at working for other people. But I take direction brilliantly.